Welcome back to SHOT Show 2018. We're broadcasting live here in the Brownells booth. I'm Steve Ostrem, and with me I have Chad Larson from Aero Precision, one of our greatest suppliers. Chad, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
see you.
having me.
You brought some stuff for us to look at. What do you, I just want to dig right in. What do you got today?
I got a bunch of stuff that we can show you. So first up will be our builder sets. We started doing this a couple of years ago, doing custom sets. We just got our customer packaging done. So basically was you get them as a customer, they'll come packaged like this.
Oh, wow.
Individually cutouts in the foam there. The builder sets come with an upper, a lower, and a handguard. All coated to match either a anodized finish, hardcoat anodized, an FDE Cerakote, or our custom sets that we do once a month or so, and also a couple of special editions that we've done for Brownells.
What is this color scheme I'm looking at? I love this.
That is a sample that we had done for SHOT Show by a couple of our vendors. So
wow.
I don't know what it's actually called, but it was pretty impressive. So we decided to bring it out.
It is impressive.
So
I like that.
Yep.
It's, I don't know. And I like this handguard.
Yep.
I really like the slim profile, but yet the abutments here
yep.
with the Picatinny on it.
Yeah, it has just enough Picatinny to add anything that you want to. Front sight on the front of it, and then if you got to scope it overhang slightly, it can hit that pick section on the back end. So
you guys are one of the few places doing that.
Yeah.
The clean rail like that. I
Yep.
really like that.
Yeah, that was actually due to customer feedback. We had some samples that we brought out to the NRA show last year. They gave some feedback, and we made some changes to it, and that's what we came out with. So this is actually our Atlas S1. This is our new handguard that we came out with for the middle end of last year. So it's designed to be a slim profile. It's a 1.3-inch inside diameter handguard, so it's one of the narrowest ones in there.
And you've got it coming up to a point on top for extra clearance?
For extra clearance for the gas block,
yeah.
So to make sure the diameter was as small as possible, but still fit most of your common low-profile gas blocks. So
really neat.
It's also very comfortable in the hand for the competition-style shooters that like to do the thumb over. It has some indexing points here as well, so that you can make sure that you're locked into your grip. So.
Yeah, you know, all those old quad rails we used to put on,
yeah.
and they look like antiques compared to something like this.
They do. They're a lot larger.
They look pretty retro right now.
Yeah, exactly. So. We call it the Atlas. Atlas stands for the Aero Taper Locking Attachment System. It's our own patent pending design that we've been working on. It has this barrel nut here that we use, and it has facets in the middle of it. The wedge system that we have designed basically interfaces with those facets and locks it into place. So it's an extremely robust mounting system that doesn't weigh too much. So.
I got to play with one briefly. I got to install one at the shop back at Brownells, and it was solid as a rock after I got it on there. It was great.
Yeah, the first couple prototypes that we had, just locking them in by hand, the wedge piece is actually locked in tight enough you need to tap it out with a mallet. So it's a very, very strong mounting system.
Nice.
So very lightweight.
When you add a bipod or a sight or sighting device or anything, it's going to be rock solid.
Or a sling or anything on the front of it, it's not going to flex it too much.
Not going to move.
So. Yep. They're extremely lightweight too. The 15-inch M-Lock weighs just under 8 ounces.
Okay.
So it's a very lightweight handguard as well. So.
Wow.
And it attaches to our new upper receiver. This is the M41 threaded upper receiver. So these are our custom forgings that we had designed.
Okay.
Still a 7075 T6 aluminum, just like your standard mil-spec receivers, but it has our own custom designs to it. We added some faceting to it, some different design on the brass deflector, a little bit different design on the forward assist, and also we eliminated the roll pin. So instead of tapping in a roll pin, it has a threaded pin. So
no more dinged up receivers.
No more dinged up receivers, exactly.
I'm
All you
that.
need is a small Allen key to install the forward assist and you're good to go.
I'm loving that. Because I put my share of dings in receivers, I hate to say it. That's why I put them in upside down so it doesn't show.
Exactly, flip it in, do it upside down, that way if you do mess it up, it's a little bit hidden. So
you wouldn't want to look at my rifles real close. What about this?
That
lower is
the M41 Lower Receiver.
Yeah.
So this is new again for this year. It's our own custom design forging. We made some improvements to the standard mil-spec ones. It has an integrated trigger guard, and it also has a threaded pin for the bolt catch, so there's no roll pins on this lower.
So that's two ways to avoid dinging the receiver again.
Correct, absolutely. That's the biggest mistakes you're going to have when you're assembling an AR lower receiver is you might break the ears off on the lower receiver installing the trigger guard, and you might ding up the receiver putting the bolt catch in.
When I do a build, this is the first pin I put in. The first thing I do is to make sure the bolt catch gets in. After that, I'm home free.
Exactly, that's the most difficult part of installing it. Once you're done with that, you're good to go. So. It has an enhanced magwell as well, and a large beveled magwell, both inside and outside. And then it's also cut and milled for short throw receivers,
Okay.
Or short throw
okay.
safeties, sorry.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, but it will also accept standard 90-degree safeties as well. So, some of the standard parts that we have on our mil-spec ones, as well as on the M41, is the threaded takedown receiver pin. So when you install your upper receiver, you can tension that to make sure that there's no play between the upper and lower.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's really a nice idea.
Yep. And then also on the back end for the takedown pin, it's threaded for a 440 set screw. So you can install the detent, install the spring, install the set screw, and lock it in place. You don't need the end plate to hold it in place.
No more lost springs when I change buttstocks?
Exactly, yeah.
What's the world coming to?
I know, it works out pretty well.
You've taken all the adventure out of this.
Exactly, all the hard parts and made it
Wow.
made it pretty easy to go.
I just carry a handful of springs with me when I put one together.
We had to order a bunch of extra detents and springs for our armory because they tend to launch them a lot. So.
Wow, that's nice.
Yep.
And the machining is so crisp on these.
Yes.
Every corner is just like it should be. Everything is sharp that's supposed to be. Everything is not sharp that's not supposed to be.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we're really happy with these,
nice
these
smooth
receivers.
finish.
So we have a great relationship with the forging house, so it's easy for us to have our engineering team design up a new forging, and they get samples made, get prototypes made, and then have them coming in. So.
Well, years ago when we first brought your lowers in, I was struck by the machining and the finish on the product because I was in the machining industry for a long time.
Yep.
And I've seen really good machining and I've seen really poor machining.
Yep.
And yours was like, space age quality stuff. Everything was just right.
Yep.
The way I'd make it if I had the patience to make it myself.
Yep, absolutely. So a little bit about Aero Precision, going to that. We did get our roots in the aerospace industry. We were started by our started in our CEO's garage back in 1994. He was always into machining, always into machine shops, and when he got the opportunity, he started his own business. He took on a lot of offload work for Boeing, us being the Pacific Northwest. Boeing is a large manufacturer. They subbed out a lot of work. So he basically took on a lot of jobs that other machine shops couldn't or wouldn't take on, and figured out the most efficient way to machine those parts to the specifications. So that's been his gift, and we've carried that into machining AR receivers now.
That's quite a success story.
Yeah.
And working for the aircraft industry, that takes you in a whole other strata of quality control and everything,
Tolerances
where
and everything,
your expectations are totally different than the guy that starts up a machine shed in a pole barn somewhere because he got a machine and he doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, and he just wants to make it good enough.
Yeah, he just wants to get in on the AR craze and get a receiver that looks close.
Close enough, yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So you hold some pretty tight tolerances.
We do, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, we hold very, very tight tolerances. As much as we're able to determine what the TDP is on the tolerance between the uppers and lowers, we're able to do that. So
I've always had your stuff just clip together and go together crisply.
Yep.
There's just a different feel to it.
Yeah, it does. We try to make sure that we're in the middle of the tolerance range so that it will work with anybody's parts for the most part, but it works best with our parts.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Great stuff.
Yep.
And that really is a nice system there.
Yeah.
On that free float handguard. That's
it's a really, really solid system. That's what took us a while to come out with a slim design handguard. We have the Enhanced Series handguards, which are our larger diameter, and they go on our Enhanced forged upper, which has the handguard mounting platform built into the upper.
Right.
So we were not able to design a handguard, small handguard to fit on that, so we had to come up with our own system for attaching it to a barrel nut, and it took us a little while to come up with something we were happy with, but we've been really happy with the system. So.
And this does not have to be indexed in any special position.
It does have to be indexed. Any one of these notches is where it needs to be indexed.
Okay, I'm with it.
And the witness marks actually work really well. You just basically have to line up the index mark with the center of the clover leaf.
All right.
And that's it.
So you have a visual indicator.
You do have a visual indicator.
Nice.
It basically just has to line up with the clover leaf, and then the index marks on either side will be evenly spaced around the upper receiver. So it's very, very easy to index to make sure that it's where it needs to be.
Somebody's put a lot of thought into this.
We have. It's taken us a while.
Good research and development people.
We do. We have a lot of good R&D people. We have a lot of good engineers. We've basically doubled our engineering team over the last couple of years. They're able to do projects like this a lot more now. It's very easy for us to design the forgings and then have the forging house make it for us. So it worked out really well.
Nice. All right.
Okay.
Well, let's take a look at a few other things.
Okay. Put that in there.
Muzzle devices.
Muzzle devices too.
Okay,
so.
you can never have enough of those.
Exactly. VG6 Precision is our muzzle brake company. It's a company that we acquired back in October of 2015.
Okay.
And we basically purchased them, and then they were an engineering house just doing the design work, and then they were subbing out all the machine work. We saw that as an opportunity for us to expand our business into the muzzle brake company, and also parts that we could machine. So
all right.
We acquired them. We brought the engineer and the owner in-house to our facility, and then bought some machines to start making the muzzle brakes. So
some fairly intricate machining going on.
There is. They are. This is all the new stuff that we have as well too. So our standard line for the VG6 is the Gamma, which is more of a straight muzzle brake,
right.
and then the Epsilon, which has a little bit more of the flash hiding tines on the end of it. It's not a true flash hider; it just has a little bit more flash hiding capabilities. So new for this year are some of the 9mm muzzle devices. So the PCC craze has been expanding a lot over the last couple of years, and we haven't had any 9mm muzzle devices, so this is our first entry into that.
Right.
So.
I've looked for devices for some 9mm builds, and I wound up boring out a 223 that I like the looks of.
Exactly, yeah, that's what a lot of people are doing.
I wasn't really concerned with function, actually. I just liked the looks of one, and I bored it out, rethreaded it.
The gas pressure on our 9mm is a lot less, so the muzzle brakes for 223, it doesn't work quite the same. It's not as big of a deal, but so when we went to design this, we actually, Jaden has a lot of data modeling that he likes to do for gas flow designs, and he basically was able to remove some of the 5.56 ports and slots that we have because they're not necessary for 9mm to optimize it for 9mm. It also helps to identify it as a different muzzle brake. They are threaded 1/2x28, so there's the possibility of swapping a 5.56 device onto a 9mm barrel, which would be really bad. Yes. So we wanted to make sure there were some visual identifiers to make sure that didn't happen.
Nice.
So,
there's some EDM stuff going on in there?
There's no EDM, this is all machined.
Wow,
they're all lathes.
Those are some fine cuts to get that straight and that even.
They are, yeah. It took some time to get that down. But
those little slots they can be tough if you're in a hurry.
The CNC operators complain a lot about those, but we've got it taken care of now where they can do it pretty easy. So, and again, we have that in the Gamma, the muzzle brake, and then the Epsilon, which has the flash hiding tines. So that's new for this year for PCC. Also new from VG6 is the Epsilon Slimline. So what this is a muzzle brake that's designed to have a 750 gas block slide over it. So we can pin this from the factory on a 14.5-inch barrel, and then we can send it out to the consumers. They can slide whatever handguard barrel nut they want on over it, and then slide whatever gas block they want on over it. So.
We gotten any of these barrels from you?
Not yet, no.
Not yet?
Yep.
I'll be looking for one.
Yeah, exactly. That's been
and maybe a 9mm too? Can we do that?
9mm too, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I'm lazy. I don't like pinning my own barrels anymore. I hate to say it, but I like slim.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm into that now. And then
the pencil profile barrels have been really popular for lightweight builds over the last few years. So
you still got a ton of surface area right here to deflect the force.
Absolutely, yep.
And actually make it work.
Yep. Yeah, Jaden was very adamant that it needed to work. The same, even though it's a lot smaller diameter. So he put a lot of effort into modeling those chambers to make sure that the functionality was still there. So. Yeah, they work just as well as the full-size devices, but in a lot smaller package.
You got a really tough finish on here?
Yep, it's QPQ, black nitride.
Okay. So it's going to stand up?
It'll stand up to whatever you've got for it. So they also work really well on just standard pencil profile barrels. They have a lot smaller shoulder, a lot smaller diameter, and sometimes the full-size devices just don't look quite right on them. So
that's a fact.
For a pencil profile barrel, it looks really good on there. So
nice.
The next one that we have is the Epsilon 762. So this is designed for your 308 ARs. We currently have a Gamma, which is a straight muzzle brake, but we didn't have the Epsilon version with the flash hiding tines on the end of it. So new for this year is the Epsilon 762. We also offer those in a 6.5 version as well. The pressures are close enough to the same that there's not a whole lot of changes. It's just a diameter change. Right. So we'll have those for 6.5 and for 7.62.
With the Creedmoor, you really need to have that 6.5 version.
Yeah, absolutely. It works better. So
that is hot right now.
Yep. And then also new for us and a new market that we're getting into is the PRS market. So this is called the Lambda PRS 30. It's a muzzle brake that's designed for the bolt action for the PRS crowd. The way that it works is that it doesn't require any shims or any washers. It has a jam nut built into the end of it to go up against the shoulder of your barrel. And it's also self-timing. You can time it yourself. You thread it onto your barrel, and then when you get it where you want to, you can back the jam nut up against the shoulder of the barrel, and it's installed.
Nice. So no crush washer, no shims.
No crush washer, no shims, nothing to...
You can do it at home and get it perfect every time?
Exactly. Do it at home, get it perfect every time. You're not going to mess with the harmonics of your barrel. The really interesting thing that he designed in here too is these ports, which are located right here at the neck of the shoulder there. And as you fire the weapon, those ports will actually cause the jam nut to self-tighten.
Oh, okay.
So it will not come loose on you while you're firing, it will actually tighten itself.
Who in the world would have think of that?
Exactly.
That's
so
amazing.
It was pretty impressive. You can hand tighten it on there, hand thread the jam nut on there, fire the weapon. When you go to pull it off, you will need a wrench because it will have tightened on there itself.
You're making the force work for you instead of against you.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
It's really, really impressive. So we're really happy with that.
You must have a heck of a group there.
We do have a heck of a group.
In your R&D department, they're coming up with some stuff I've never seen before.
Yep, it's been good. We have a lot of creative people, a lot of really good people in every department, and we've gotten a lot of freedom to be able to do what we want and what we think will work well for the market. So, going back to the finishes too, I didn't mention it. So, in addition to the QPQ finishes, we have a bead blasted stainless steel.
Right.
Basically, these are designed to match our bead blasted stainless steel barrels, so the finish is consistent between the two of them. So.
Okay. What are you guys seeing in the market as far as your production has to match? Is the 6.5 really hot right now that you're trying to?
The 6.5 has been really hot, yeah. We've been ramping up on that. We've had a lot of different barrel options. We added a 24-inch option this year. We'll actually be adding a QPQ, a black nitride barrel. All of our 6.5 options right now are all stainless steel.
Okay.
But we've had some requests for a QPQ barrel. 6.5 is a little bit hotter round, does tend to burn out a barrel relatively quickly. So with the QPQ finish on there, it should last a little bit longer. So.
Have you been looking at the 224 Valkyrie?
We have. Ballistic Advantage is our barrel company. And they actually brought out a 224 Valkyrie for range day on Monday.
Yep.
So we'll have those options out later on this year. We don't have a time frame just as of yet, but it should be pretty soon.
That's going to be pretty exciting to see what that thing will do. Loading those long bullets in the magazine length, it's going to be great.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be.
That's going to make life easy for a lot of people trying to shoot long range.
I was a little skeptical at first when we looked at it, but the more I look into it, the more excited I become about it. So
if you want to shoot the long bullets, the heavy bullets, it's everything the doctor ordered. It really is.
In addition to 224 Valkyrie, some other calibers that we're working on this year is a 6.5 Grendel. We just launched our 6.5 Grendel complete uppers and barrels. We will have the rifles and then BCGs pretty soon. They're coming, they just haven't come in quite yet.
Okay.
And then I'm sure Brownells has already expressed interest in carrying a 6.5 OEM rifle in 6.5 Grendel. So those will be something I think are coming. And then also a 458 SOCOM. So
458 is coming on strong.
Yep.
We just got permission to use that cartridge in Iowa for deer. It's been shotgun country forever down in Iowa where we're from. And all of a sudden we can use 458 or 357, 44 mag or whatever, but if you want an AR, 458 is the way to go.
Yep. So we'll have those barrels, complete uppers, and then OEM complete rifles through Brownells available later this year.
We'll be able to sell the heck out of those just at our retail place that are in Grinnell. I mean, those will go right off the shelf.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, your retail facility is really nice. We were out there last year for your tent event. So.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. We put a lot of guns through there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So one more thing that we do have for VG6 Precision is the Prototype Suppressor.
Oh.
So this is the project we've been working on for a little while. We were able to bring out one live fire suppressor for range day, and then this is the show suppressor that we have to kind of show off some of the parts and pieces to it. So,
okay.
The gist of it is it's an all titanium suppressor. It's user serviceable. It uses a monocore baffle system that you can remove, but you can also clean it. So you're able to shoot like 22 through it. You can clean off the lead, not like the other sealed cans.
Right.
It's all titanium. It has replaceable and interchangeable end caps. We'll have a couple different variations of end caps for it. Right now it has the direct thread on it, but it has an adapter here to change out the thread pitches.
Sure.
And it also has a QD system that we've been working on with the VG6 muzzle brakes that will interface with those. So.
Nice.
Yep. Now this is a pre-production prototype. We're still working on finalizing some of the details on it, but expect to see this later on this year.
This year?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So we'll get a first crack at it, right?
You should get first crack at it,
All
absolutely.
right.
Yes, Brownells has expressed interest in it, so they will certainly have first crack at it. So
I want to get that out to the range and see what I don't hear.
Yep.
That's going to be great.
Performance is pretty good. It's an 1.5-inch diameter can. It's a little over 6 inches long, so it's one of the smaller diameter suppressors. It's a 30 caliber. We'll have adapters for 223 if you want to shoot that through it.
Okay.
Rated up to 300 Win Mag. but most commonly for 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor. So
Well, this is our, our most popular type of suppressor, a 30 caliber that you can use on the smaller stuff.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
what a lot of our guys are going with,
Yep.
for example.
It
makes a lot of sense.
It makes the most sense, absolutely. You can still shoot your 223 or other smaller centerfire rifles through it. The good thing about this one is you can actually shoot 22 through it if you wanted to. So.
Sweet. Titanium.
Full titanium. Right now, the
Yeah.
current weight sits at about 16 ounces, as is, with the direct thread adapter on there. So, final weight, we don't know for sure, but it should be around that location.
Okay, but you're definitely...
Projected MSRP is going to be just under $1,000. Again, that could change depending on machining time once we get an ability to analyze exactly how long it's going to take us when we go into
As
production.
you get closer,
so.
you'll get a much better idea.
Yep.
Well, it's looking nice, though. That's
Yep.
a neat design.
Yep.
Very, very functional. That'd look good out the range.
Yep.
Wow. So what else going on? You got anything in the pipeline? You're looking down the road?
Yeah, we do.
That's
For
a
this
long
year, we'll
range.
have. We're working on a couple of different projects for Brownells as well. We helped out with the retro rifles, the 5.56 rifles. We got a couple of other projects that we're working on with you guys, so they're kind of top secret right now. But as they
Okay.
become available, I'm sure they'll be announced.
Okay.
So for us ourselves, we're working on 9mm receivers. That's been a request that we've had for a long, long time. That just hasn't been able to make it into the production scheduling for prototyping. So
You're going to have something to take pistol mags?
yes, yes, it'll be basically what's on the market right now. Glock magazine lower receivers.
Right.
They're going to be sized specifically for the 9mm cartridge. So most people right now take an upper receiver. If it's a forged upper, it's an upper receiver that has a standard 223 size port on it.
That's right.
We'll do our own custom forging on the M41 series, but do it sized for 9mm. So
Cool.
same thing with the lowers. The lower receivers are there's a lot of wasted space in there. So
There is.
we're playing around with some different designs to make it more aesthetically pleasing and also take out some of the weight that's in there for the 9mm Glock
I
lowers.
can't wait to
so.
see what you guys come up with.
Yep.
That's going to be different.
It's a lot of fun. We already have barrels available through Ballistic Advantage, so that's a very easy caliber platform for us to start offering.
Right?
So.
And then we get those pin barrels, and man,
Exactly, the
we're,
pin barrels
we're
go with it. Yep.
set.
Yep.
We also got SBRs legalized in Iowa now, so I can
yeah,
actually
nice.
build something shorter if I want to.
We had that done too. In Washington State, we were the same way. We just got that legalized a couple of years ago. So.
Yeah. It took a long time, but it finally went
Yes,
through.
it's taken a long time for us too, but it's been good to actually have those. So.
We've had amazing luck selling your stuff. Very low return rates,
Yep.
high satisfaction rates. It's just well built machinery.
I appreciate that. Brownells has been one of our best customers over the last 5 years, I think now, 6 years now. So we're really happy to work with you guys. Really happy to partner up with you guys for a lot of these other projects that we've been doing. So.
Well, you guys are always on time too.
Yep. Yeah,
when you say it's going to be there, it's going to be there.
It is.
I love that.
Yep.
That is really cool.
Yep.
So have you had a good response at this show?
It has
Lots
been.
going on.
Our booth has actually been swamped yesterday and then so far today too.
Right. And you said you were out at Range Day showing some stuff off.
We're out
too?
at Range Day too. We have our own dedicated lane at Range Day to show off a bunch of the different products that we have. The muzzle devices, the suppressor, some of the different hand guards, so customers can try out the different like the hand guards and try them out with different barrels and stuff
Right.
like that. So.
You guys are looking at reaching out in your product line, maybe trying some other things? Or?
Well, we are actually too. So one of the things we are working on is the Glock Slides. Right now we're doing distribution for Grey Ghost Precision on the Glock Slides
Okay.
when we get tooled up to do production. That's scheduled to get done later on this year, again probably this summer. We have tooling coming in for that actually here in the next couple of months. We'll get some prototypes going and figure out how to optimize the slides, and then we'll have blank slides for sale. We'll have Aero branded slides for sale probably later on this summer, June, July timeframe. So.
Well, when I saw the samples of your new AR receivers, I got to looking at it. So now when I look at something like a Glock slide or something, I always say, I wonder what Aero would do with this.
Yeah.
Or a 1911 slide. I wonder what Aero would do different here.
Yep.
And
Yeah, we're really excited to take a look at a lot of that stuff.
if you want to do some of that stuff, it would be great.
Yep. Yeah, we're really excited. That is something we're looking at, is doing our own flare on the Glock Slides and then going on from there. So.
I mean, you're set up to where you can make anything you want.
Pretty much,
You know,
yes.
so where do you start? What do you do, you know?
Exactly.
What kind of arguments are you having over there about what gets made and what doesn't?
That's pretty much the fight, is which project do we want to get going on first, because we've got a lot of great projects we're really excited about. So.
And I'll bet you have a lot of people coming to you saying, can you build this for me?
We do. We have a lot of OEMs that come to us that want to help with various projects, and they want our machining expertise, you know, for those products. So
It's just a great company.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Great. We really appreciate doing business with you.
Yep.
Chad, I can't thank you enough for coming by.
I
We got to do
appreciate
this
it.
more often.
You bet.
And I'll still be shooting your stuff, believe me.
That's
All
great
right.
to hear.
For all of you, thanks for watching. We're going to come back to you later on, but right now we're going to sign off from the Brownells booth here at SHOT Show 2018. Thanks again.